Hey everyone, and welcome to the virtual tour of Sana Commerce. In this video tutorial I will tell you about payment methods configuration in Sana Commerce. To access payment methods settings in Sana Admin, click Setup and then Ordering and Checkout. Under the Payment Methods tab, you can create and configure different payment methods that can be used by the customers of your web store to pay the order. To be able to create and use payment methods, at first you should decide which payment provider you are going to use. Payment provider is a service that allows to accept credit card payments securely online through your web store. If you click Configuration, you will see that Sana Commerce connects to different payment providers across the world, like Authorize.net, ChargeLogic, Dips, DocData, Ingenico, and PayPal. All these payment providers, except ChargeLogic, are pre-installed and thus are a part of Sana. This means that you do not have to install a payment provider. You should have an account, test or live of the payment provider that you will use with all necessary data, configure it here and enable the payment provider. After it, you can create payment methods that are supported by your payment provider. If you want to use ChargeLogic, at first you should install it, as ChargeLogic is delivered as an add-on. The ChargeLogic add-on can be downloaded on the Sana community website. There is also the internal on-account payment provider that is not configurable, but it can be also used. Unlike the system on-account payment method, you can create and configure payment methods with the assigned internal on-account payment provider. The payment method of the internal on-account payment provider is shown in the web store and can be selected by a customer while placing an order. Let's sum up. Before you start creating payment methods, you need to decide which payment provider you will use. Of course, you can use several payment providers at once. Then, you should have the test or live account of the payment provider with all necessary data. When you have this payment provider specific information, in Sana Admin under the Payment Methods tab, click Configuration. Expand the configuration area of the payment provider you are going to use and enter all necessary values. On the Sana Help website you can read the detailed information about all settings of each payment provider. Remember that depending on whether you are configuring the test or live environment of the payment provider, configuration values will be different. When Sana Commerce is installed on test or beta environment, the payment integration mode is automatically set to test. When Sana Commerce is installed on live environment, the payment integration mode is automatically set to live. The payment provider you are going to use should be also configured in its native administration panel, but not only in Sana Admin. Visit the Sana Help website for more detailed information about each payment provider, as configuration of each payment provider differs. So, when the payment provider is configured in its native administration panel and in Sana Admin, you can enable the payment provider here, or if needed it can be also disabled. Well, now you can create payment methods. To create a payment method, click New Item. You can create any payment methods that are supported by the payment provider you are using. Configuration of the payment methods is almost the same for any payment provider. Depending on the selected payment provider, there may appear some payment provider specific fields. At first, you should enter the name of the payment method, and then add the image icon of the payment method. In the web store, the list of available payment methods is shown on the Payment Information tab of the checkout process. So, here you see the names of the payment methods and the icons that are managed in Sana Admin. If this checkbox is selected, this means that this payment method will be selected in the web store by default when a customer places an order. Then, you should select the payment provider you are using, the one that you have configured before. Some of the payment providers contain the additional settings that may appear. If you select the payment provider and you see some payment provider specific fields, you should configure them. Please visit the Sana Help website to read the detailed information about all payment provider specific settings. Configure the payment cost per currency. Select the currency and enter amount including and excluding tax. The list of currencies is retrieved from the ERP system. When a customer places an order in the web store, the appropriate price is retrieved depending on whether the prices including tax is enabled or disabled for the customer in your ERP system. Then select for which countries the payment method should be available. If some country is not selected, the payment method will not be available to the customers of that country. The list of countries is retrieved from the ERP system. Well, this is how you can create payment methods. When everything is configured, you can enable the payment method and save your changes. When you open the list of existing payment methods, you can see that you can also enable and disable payment methods directly here. What you can also do is translate payment methods names into any installed language. You can select the language here and click Translate, or you can edit the payment method and select the language to translate the payment method name. You can enter the name of the payment method in the selected language and override the image icon for the selected language, or inherit the image from the source payment method in the English language. Just one more thing for you to know. At the beginning of this demo, I have mentioned the internal on-account payment provider that can be used to create payment method, which can be selected by the customers in the web store while placing an order. There are also two system payment methods, on-account and zero. These payment methods are not shown in Sana Admin and in the web store, and it is not possible to edit them. The on-account system payment method can be used by business customers when it is enabled under the Ordering tab. The zero system payment method is used automatically when the total cost of an order is equal to zero. Well, seems that's it for this demo. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will enjoy rich configuration capabilities and features that Sana provides to the customers and partners. Sana takes care of your online business.